Hello students, your instructor here again, John Mandiola with another screencast. This one in Illustrator working with type. And last video got cut off a little bit, so we were using the appearance panel before. Let me take this one out of the way. And I said you could do things like, add a stroke to it. So let's say, I had given this, let's say over here, I had given this a red stroke or pink stroke like that. And I showed that, if you use your type tool, you can get in here and select it. You can actually see the stroke and the fill are part of the appearance of this thing. I could go here where it says 1 point, I can change it to 3 points if I want. I can also go and change the color if I want, maybe to this orange color. Then I was saying how you could add more, extra stroke, but I didn't. I was saying it, but I didn't show it. So here's how you do that. First of all, you have to get out of type selection mode. So just click the black arrow tool or the selection tool, and you see that the piece of type is selected just as an object, not in editing mode right now. Once that happens, you notice at the appearance panel, all the attributes go away. But if I go to the panel menu, I can go to add new fill or add new stroke. So let's say I go to add new stroke. What you'll see is, when I zoom in on this, it's like this. Zoom out a little bit. So I have a black stroke and an orange stroke around black text. So if I get back into text selection mode here and click in here, I can see that. Sorry about that. So if I'm in type editing mode, I can see it still has the black fill and orange stroke. If I click on this little thing way up here, see it indicates appearance contains paint. Now click on that once, I can see now here's that extra stroke, and I can actually change this if I want to as well. So maybe 1 point is too thick. I go down to half a point. You can see how it thins out, and maybe I want it to actually be, I don't know, dark orange. Something like this. Now, I'm not going to say that this is good looking, because it's not, but it's interesting. There are things going on here. I can maybe adjust, if I want to get back into adjust the orange stroke, the outside orange stroke, I can just click in here, my type tool, and I can change this maybe to be only 1 point instead. Oops, select all those. Then be 1 point. There we go. And so now you can see it's black with a little bit of orange and a little bit more of the ready orange color. So that's how you do things with the appearance panel. You can also add extra fills and things like that, but I guess strokes is a pretty common thing to do right there. And you can do this not just with text, you can do it with objects too. So if I have a square, I draw a square, I can, give it a fill color of, let's say, this brown color, the stroke, let's say I want it to be thicker, and let's say I want to add an additional stroke. I go to add new stroke, and let's say this one I want to be 7, and change the color to be blue, like this. And because the blue stroke is lower than the orange stroke in the stack here, the orange one will appear on top. And that's important to remember when you're working with multiple strokes on an object. So things like that, you can do. In the back, it probably doesn't seem like a big deal. Back in the day, what you had to do is, for something like this, you would create a shape, maybe a brown shape with the blue stroke, and then create an empty shape with the orange stroke and overlap it on this one and group these two shapes. So it's much more of a pain. Now it's easy to add, multiple things. And you can just keep adding strokes if you want. I mean, it's not a big deal. I can make this one now 12 wide and make it dark brown and something like that. And you can see the original shape is still just this area. So that's the appearance panel and how you can use it to manipulate objects and text. Stay tuned for more.